What's up, guys? What's new? I'm sure a lot, because I haven't made a video in a while. That's my bad. That's on me. In this video, I wanted to do a tutorial. Something super simple. We're just easing our way back into the whole video thing and talk about what's new. What's new with me. Some of it we'll talk about in this video. Some we'll talk about in later videos, but one thing's for sure. One thing has not changed, and that is that I love a good quick intro. So let's go ahead and get started. So I don't think there's going to be a rhyme or reason to the products that I use in this video. Some things will be new to me. Other things, like this, have been a go-to for me. This, by the way, is the Milk Sunshine Skin Tint in the shade Light Medium. This has just been a product I've really been liking as a base for the coverage. It's nice and sheer. It has a nice glow to it. And so it's really fast to apply because it's not super full coverage, but it still evens out your complexion. You don't have to worry about getting everything super perfect. And because I have been having dry skin issues, it's also added a little hint of moisture to my skin, which I've really been liking. Sometimes with full coverage foundations, I run into, a little bit of texture and clinging to drier parts of my face, which is now sometimes all of my face, except for the raging breakouts I've been getting along my jawline. But this just adds a little bit of that extra hydration. And then for concealer, I'm using my Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear, which I've been loving for months now. I did a whole brand review on Lancome. Okay, enough about the makeup. Let's talk about other things. Okay, so part of my absence has been due to work being really busy. I am a voice actor outside of YouTube primarily, since clearly YouTube has not been remotely a thing I do lately, mostly a voice actor, and things have been really busy. Historically, the first part of the year is a little bit more volatile. I don't really have the volume of projects that I have. And this year is totally different. So I've been occupied with a lot of different voice projects. Some of them you've heard. I know a couple of you guys have heard because you've messaged me on Instagram about them. Lots of Pandora ads, lots of YouTube ads, but lots of stuff many of you will not hear just because a lot of it's training, like internal corporate training, medical training for med students, for labs. Like if you're doing lab safety training, I do a lot of that stuff too. And that stuff is very volume heavy and very taxing on my voice. So even if it doesn't consume 8 hours of my day doing that, it's a really physical kind of job. So the last thing that I want to do sometimes when I have those really long stretches of recording is sit down and talk for a lot more. And don't get me wrong, this is not a complaint by any means. I love what I do. It was just an unexpected uptick in the volume of projects that I have that I didn't see coming. Oh, sometimes with this foundation, if I do find that I am still experiencing a little bit of excessive oiliness in my T-zone where I'm normally a little bit oily, I like to go in with a setting powder, and the one that I've been using recently is the Range Beauty Smooth Out Translucent Setting Powder. So I'm just gonna take that on actually a pretty small brush. This is a Jaclyn Hill brush, highlighter brush that I got in my recent highlighter collection, the J01, but it's actually as you can see, a really great size for the under eye area. Wow, not a peep, and I've already done my brows. I'm rusty. It has been a really long time. This, by the way, is my CoverGirl Ultra Fine. Did I just? Oh yeah, just really colored outside the lines there. This is my CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the color Soft Brown. Oh, and by the way, I also haven't shared this. My nails, of course, they're Impress. They're part of their new color collection where it's just one color. I feel like very long awaited from them. Lots of people didn't want, they just wanted solid colors. They didn't really care about the patterns and the glitter and all that kind of stuff. Well, they finally gave it to us, and this is from a new summer collection. I don't know if it's limited edition. I bought it like it was, the colors that I really wanted to have stocked up, specifically this yellow. This is highlighter yellow. It is the shade 05X or Influencer, but they also, I have purple. This is 10X Honey, and a green 08X Bounce. This is a really fun one. but I love yellow. I feel like there are not enough yellow press-on nails out there, and now Impress has two, these neon and one that is more of a mustardy yellow that I really love. But personally, I think yellow nails are an underrated color out there, so I buy them in bulk whenever I can. Love these. And I do think there was one more color that was sold out, maybe a blue. I want to say it was a blue that I wasn't able to get because it was sold out already, but just no. I think there's one more color in addition to that. For my eyes, I want to use a new palette to me. I actually have a lot of new palettes from the Sephora VIB sale, just a lot of new stuff. But this one I'm very excited to use. It's the Trixie Mattel Bottle Blonde palette. And it's really a combination of, like, there's some good classic neutrals. This is actually almost a greenish matte black, and then plums and purples and pinks, lilacs. I just thought it'd be really fun for spring and summer. So, but today, like I said, keeping it very simple, and I'm probably gonna stick closer to the neutrals down here on the bottom row, but we'll see. First, I'm gonna use the shade Roller Set down here in the bottom row in my crease. This is just using an e.l.f. crease brush. Keeping it simple. Okay, let's see. What else has been going on? Voice jobs. My sister and I, Madison, she's been in a couple videos here with me on the channel. We started a podcast. We've actually been working on it for, gosh, over a month at this point. Recording episodes, just figuring out the layout, everything that goes on behind the scenes. Learning a lot, but we officially launched actually today as I record this. It is called Calamity Janes, and it is a disaster podcast. And the format is where Madison, my sister, will tell me. She does the research, which I so appreciate because I'm not a research kind of person. She does the research and then she tells me all about it. And I ask the questions. I add commentary, thoughts, opinions, dad jokes. I did not plan on that, but it does happen sometimes. And the disasters, it's really a loose definition of disaster, I would say. They're not exclusively natural, like it's not just volcanoes and tornadoes. It's nuclear. It's, misadventure. I think that's how we decided to label one of them, because it's kind of like people get lost. People do relatively normal things and just, calamity befalls them. That's in the misadventure category. They're just some really interesting circumstances, catastrophes that have happened. Hopefully there is something to be learned from them, but it's always just fascinating to examine why things went wrong and exactly how horribly they went wrong. It's a morbid fascination. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It certainly is. I don't know if you can hear that thunder. We've been having some crazy storms down here in Texas recently. The weather has just been all over the place. Temperatures going up and then plummeting down, recipes for tornadoes and hail. And I thought tornadoes, speaking of disasters, I thought tornadoes were normally like a fall event, and more, in Texas anyway, in the years that we have been here, have kind of been in the springtime. So maybe I was wrong on that. Maybe up farther north in Tornado Alley. For those of you who might not be familiar, you're not from the US, you just have never lived in the center of the United States. That is called Tornado Alley, basically probably a little farther south of Dallas, probably all the way to Austin maybe, up into the Midwest. Like I think, Minneapolis, Nebraska, Iowa, those parts. If I got that wrong, I am so sorry. This is the reason that I am not the researcher on the podcast and I am the commentary. Oh my God. I think this is an omen. I'm going to take this as a positive omen for a disaster podcast. Good launch day vibes? Sure. Okay, so much for a neutral, natural look. These are berry eyes. That, by the way, was the shade Frenemy right here that I put kind of in my lower crease and on the lid. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Blowout, which is this deep, kind of a mahogany brown. Like it looks like it has a little bit of a red tone, which would make sense given all of the purpley berry reds in this palette. And I'm going to pat that in my outer corner. This is with an Esom W23 brush. So yes, that is the podcast, Calamity Janes. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your podcast, which was harder to do than I thought. Let me tell you what. Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever their podcast platform is. In theory, we are just about everywhere right now. Fingers crossed. And we had talked about trying to do another video here like we've done in the past. Like I'll link to it down below. We did a murder, you know, where I did Madison's makeup, and once again, Madison did the research for the murder and told me about it as I did her makeup. That kind of format, but we do not live in the same state. We live pretty far apart. It's a challenge for us to actually be in the same proximity. So I don't know, we were like, do we do a Skype call? I don't know. But until we figure that out, if you want to go give it a listen, I'll put all the links down in the description box. It has been too long. Description box is where you can find all those links as always. This, by the way, is the shade Mauve Mentality right here. And I am actually just gonna foil this a teensy little bit using the Pop Makeup Magnet Mist on that same Esom brush as before. Oh yeah, there we go. Mega sparkles. Love that. Ooh, that shade is really taking me by surprise. I don't know if you can see just how sparkly that is. It's like a really pretty rose gold base with a silver sparkle to it that, especially when you foil it with something like a setting spray, it makes that come alive. I really, really love it. But I'm getting kind of sick vibes because I put like pink so close to the whites of my eyeballs. So I'm gonna take another new product that I've been meaning to talk about. The Makeup Geek, Marlena relaunched her eyeliners, and I have all the shades, bought all the shades, and this is the Makeup Geek full spectrum eyeliner in the shade Espresso, which has been the shade that I've really liked from the collection just as a go-to. In general, browns, it's a really nice, dark, not too red of a brown, because again, I find that if I put reds or red toned things too close to the whites of my eyes, it just makes me look a little bit sickly. But this is cool enough, rich enough, but cool enough to really pop as a brown, not be so intense as a black, just really complement basically any look I wear it with. And these really glide on. I think she did a great job with this formula. Like, they're a true gel crayon sort of texture in the way that they just really glide across the lower lash line. But I do have quite a bit of fallout. Whoopsies. What to do about this? Okay, well, more setting powder is not totally fixing that problem, but you know, it'll do. It'll do. This is the double-ended Huda Beauty. On one side, this is the curl and lengthen side. On the other side, it's volume. So I'm just applying the curl and lengthen to my lashes. Normally I do this first, but honestly, I will probably just be doing the curl and lengthen today. So then the other thing that kind of kept me away, besides just busyness and being engrossed in other things, am I really gonna try and talk about anything while I'm doing my mascara? No, please hold. Look, I already messed up. So those are the lashes done. I have forgotten once again I'm filming and already started on my face using my Salt New York cream color products. Just mixing both of my contour / bronzer shades that I have from them. Beyond being busy with just everything else that's going on, it's also been a kind of a lack of creativity or needing a creative break. Really, honestly, maybe just examining, what it is I'm doing here on YouTube, because coming up on July, it will be either my 9th or my 10th year making videos on YouTube. I think I started when I was a senior, super senior in college, maybe even. And so I've been doing this for quite some time, and like so many people that we know and love watching here on YouTube, their relationship with whether it's makeup, whatever they started making videos about has changed, and they've changed, and their content has evolved along with them. And I kind of, in examining can you hear this thunder? In examining where my creative ruts have been coming from, I think it's because my relationship, my enjoyment from makeup has changed from what it used to be. When I first started, makeup and making videos about makeup was all new, and it felt like brands were really being innovative when they came. I mean, the Naked palette, come on. That knocked everyone's socks off because we just didn't have something like that at the time. And now every brand has a nude, naked, neutrals palette. It's really just something you can count on from everyone. And so what used to be my love and obsession, passion with trying as many new products as I could when the amount of new products was relatively manageable is really overwhelming. And it's something that I've heard a lot of people talk about. I think I've talked about it here probably a year or two ago, just with the branchneck speed that brands are launching new products. And a lot of my content has been focused on product reviews, and a lot of my content over the years has been focused on product reviews, and it's too much now. It's like, I don't know that that's what makes my heart go pitter-patter about makeup anymore. Still very much love makeup, but the constant buying and trying, and it's like you just don't get enough time to appreciate the things that you find and really, really enjoy. So it's that, trying to understand like what kind of content do I really want to create, but also what do you guys want to see? What have you enjoyed seeing from me? And what tends to be the case is that new swatch videos, new product videos tends to be what you guys want to watch. And what I take that to mean is you are either most entertained by or is most helpful to you. And so I want to make sure I'm doing both, making videos that I want to make and that you want to see, and just trying to understand where those two converge. I know a lot of you guys, whenever I've asked like what kind of content you want to see, a lot of people say tutorials, but I know I'm not alone as a creator on YouTube when I say tutorials are not what people actually click on to watch. And so that is something that I have been, overdid it over here. That is something that I have, been thinking about, not just lately. I mean, this has been on my mind for quite some time now. But when I really get into that analysis paralysis where it's like, well, do I film this video? Well, do I want to film it? Do people really want to see it? No, probably not. It's this endless spiral of who's really going to watch that? Who is this helping? Who gets value from this? Then nothing gets filmed, nothing gets uploaded, and it gets harder and harder to make a new video. For the highlighter real quick, I'm just going in with this like light champagne shade down here and just using my finger. But yeah, that's like just the nature of the analysis paralysis spirals that I go into in between filming and things. I guess that's Bailey's vulnerability corner for the day. But yeah, I mean, as always, I feel like I'm constantly asking this and then never delivering on it. But like, what do you guys want to see? I have started like dabbling slightly into like the comedy thing, with those quick little skits and stuff. And I really enjoy creating those, but they are sometimes I worry that they're a little out of left field for this channel because have typically been like a very straightforward review focused or tutorial or, listicle style video channel, that those comedy videos are just like, sorry, what? Who is she? Who did I subscribe to? So I don't know. That is something that has really added a little something fun and new to the regular programming here. But let me know. Let me know, you guys. It's all about making videos that I love to make while also helping you guys, serving you guys in whatever I can, whether that is a review or a tutorial or it's just something you can laugh at. You know what I mean? Let me know down in the comments below. Lips. Why am I wrapping this up like I'm done? I'm not done with this video. I'm gonna go for something fast and easy. This is my Milk Makeup Electric Glossy Lip Plumper, and I think this shade is clear. Yeah, pretty sure this shade is clear because I feel like we have a lot more color going on the eyes than I anticipated. So this is gonna be a nice clear refresher for the palette. Yeah, by the way, these taste like a gin and tonic. I don't know if that was the intention, but it tastes very much like a gin and tonic. It's very summery and refreshing. And it also does a number on your lips as far as tingling goes. I thought I would be fully prepared for these because, they've had like lip plumping things around for forever. I think the Too Faced lip injections were some of the first, plumping lip glosses I ever tried. And that was intense at first, but then everything else seemed like child's play after that. These are no joke. These from Milk, absolutely no joke. And they're pretty moisturizing too. Like they give your lips a nice balmy sheen. I think they might maybe plump your lips a little bit by bringing that blood flow to the surface with that basically irritant that is in here. But in general, I just really like the feel on the lips, the slip they give to the lips. The tinted colors, I do have a tinted color somewhere in this mess of a table, and I do really like it as well. But beware, it is an intense gin and tonic on your lips. Alrighty guys, that is it for this look, and that's a lot of what's been going on with me for the past month. It was really nice to kind of jump back into this with more of a chatty, casual, get ready with me style tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're not super upset that I've been so absent here for the past couple weeks, but thank you if you decided to watch this video, got this far into it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know, how are you doing? What products are you loving? What's new in your life? Down in the comment section below. Oh, and go listen to Calamity Jane's. I'll put everything, like I said, down in the description box, but go listen to it if it sounds like it's something you'll enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.